Mm. 16 days, that's a long time to be without power. No, Kim and I have not had sex. Sure have not. We are friends, and we are good friends. But, thank you for asking. Nothing wrong with asking. Barco's not afraid to ask any questions. What a weird thing to say during that discussion. That's how Barco gets me. The thing about Barco is he is absolutely unpredictable. Absolutely unpredictable. You don't know what the fuck he's going to say, but I can just about guarantee you one pattern you can find with him is he will find the most inopportune time to say something before he says it. He's going to stand out with what he says because of the context in which he says it. I have not had sex with that lady, Miss Ashbury Moxley. No, you're not going to have me come back on the show and say, I did, in fact, have an inappropriate relationship with Miss Ashbury Moxley. No, not going to happen. Yeah, Barco's crazy where he comes up with stuff. And we'll get back to sex in a minute. I want to talk a little bit about sex in space, how that's going to work out. We did talk about that about, 40 episodes ago, but it's something I think about a little bit because space travel's coming, and it's going to be pretty coming. That's funny, I said coming. It's going to be pretty common. It's going to be pretty common. And, you're going to... Virgin Atlantic, there's another irony. Virgin Atlantic, half the people that are going on those fucking flights are going to be going just so they can be the first to have sex in space of the people they know. Mile High Club got nothing on this group. Look, if I'm spending a couple $100,000 to get to space, I'm fucking somebody in space. I don't care if I have to pay a prostitute. Not really, okay? Not really. But seriously, I'm fucking somebody. I'm fucking in space. If you had a friend that said I fucked in space, would you not envy them? Yes, you would. I don't care who you are. Now, I don't care who you are right there. That's funny right there. Yeah, you're going to get her done in a zero-G environment, bitch. Because that's fucking cool. Sex in space is the coolest shit that could possibly happen to a human. And I know some astronauts have done it. They ain't talking about it. Them fucking cosmonauts from Russia probably did it. They're probably all fucking each other and shit. I can imagine. They probably fucked the monkeys. Fuck the monkey. Because who fucked a monkey in space? There's probably only one or two people alive that can say that. That's interesting, man. What was I going to say? 10 essential facts about Ebola. Fuck Ebola. Let's see. I'm Googling most interesting topics in history. And we'll see about it. 10 historical events that deserve movies? Nah. Actually, what's an interesting thing from history most people don't, know? It's a Reddit. You guys like Reddit? I'm just learning about Reddit. Barco, you come from my background in an IT sense. You're more on the software end, I presume, and I'm more on the hardware end. But I used to take the Novell networking classes and stuff like that for Novell NetWare and ZenWorks and all that bullshit. But I didn't get deep into it like you are. What do you think about Reddit? And what do you other guys think about it from a practical standpoint? Is Reddit something new, really? Didn't we have a bunch of sites on the internet that were composed of communities that were experts in their fields? I mean, isn't that what About.com was? How is Reddit revolutionary? Because I can't figure it out. I'm sitting, and I'll find sites like this rather routinely. They'll really rise up in popularity. Something like Stumble Upon was a very unique idea. You're basically getting a random website. That's awesome. That pertains to your interest. That's pretty fucking awesome. Because you're going to see things there you would have never seen on your own. But Reddit, I don't see the special draw. I'm missing something. I even went to their About section because my friend Wes Johnson, who does the voiceover work for this program, was talking about it earlier and how Reddit had helped this musician. I don't know if you guys heard about this musician, but he got shoved by a lady who climbed up on the stage. I should know his name. He's like a classic rock guy. It'll just take me a second to find it while we're talking here. Let's see, Wes. I'm going to go to his Facebook page. You can go to you can find Wes at wesjohnson.com. WES, not WEST. He is a Director at Rosenberg Media, arena announcer at Washington Capitals, film, TV, video games, comedy, and acting. He does all of that. He was a Georgetown University guy. Also, another veteran friend of mine. I love my veteran friends. I'm not one of the big... You're not going to see me at a fucking, I don't know, American Legion with a little cone hat on drinking a draft beer. I'm not that into it, but I just respect veterans. It's something about knowing what they were willing to sacrifice for the country just makes me really respect them. And I think a lot of people that I run into would have been veterans if they could have got in or didn't have a good opportunity out of high school or something like that. I don't know. So here's the guy. So this is the guy I was going to tell you about. Now this lady goes up. He's 70 years old at the time this happens. And I hope I can find this. And this lady goes up and shoves him. You know why? Because he decided that he was going to dedicate one of his songs to Trayvon Martin. Now, you know when you're doing these outdoor concerts that you're going to get your drunks there. And somebody's going to do something stupid. It's almost guaranteed. But, shit, I can't find it. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, this black guy, his group was kind of popular. You know the song, "The Time Has Come." All right, that's all I should need to tell you. So who was that? But if you know who that guy was, then you can look it up. I can't find it. I'm not going to waste any more time looking for it. It was one of his older posts, and I'm just not seeing it right now. So he's up there, and he dedicated a song in this concert. It was about 4 years ago, because I know he's 74 now. And anyway, this white lady gets up there and shoves him while he's singing. 70-year-old man. Oh, people like that just need to be exterminated. I swear to God. Anyway, I can't find it. So you'll figure it out. Just Google "The Time Has Come" and see who sings that. That was the guy that got shoved. Well, Reddit, according to Wes, is doing a big campaign to fund his next album because he can't make any money. He can't get the funding to get it going. He was homeless, and he had to rely on a charity organization to get into a house, get some food in the fridge. And so Reddit's helping him with that. Lester Chambers, thank you, Barco. Jesus Christ, why can't I can't remember shit. No, he wasn't a rapper. He was he's an awesome singer. Reddit's been around since at least 2008, says Barco. They are sincere and honest about everything. Oh, wow. Okay. I did not know that. That's where we got HIV. Cosmonauts fucking monkeys in space. You knew it was Russia. You knew Russia had to be behind that shit. Yeah, Kim said I'm like a brother. See, if we were in West Virginia, we might have, you might did a little messing around, you know. You gotta, it's kind of like kissing cousins going to the next level. But nah, we over here in the regular Virginia where people think reasonably for the most part. Earnest, not honest. I don't know what you mean by that, Barco. Are they honest or not? Reuters article, USA California performer. Okay. Martin hasn't been dead 4 years. No. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I thought he was 70, and I looked on Wikipedia, and he said 74, but you're right. I don't... It must have been 2 years ago, because Wes said he was 70, and then I saw on Wikipedia he was 74, so I just... the math, I didn't think. You're right. Good catch, man. Barco B, nothing gets by that motherfucker. Woman charged in attack on California singer who dedicates song to Trayvon Martin. Yeah. So that happened. Okay, he was 73. Wes had said he was a 70-year-old man. So that's, I just did the math in my head. And yeah, so this was just what, last year? August 14th, 2013, yeah. What a bitch. There's video of it too if you want to look it up. Anyway, you know, I'm not saying Trayvon Martin was some innocent kid. First of all, you guys may be surprised to hear me say this, because as you know, I'm a super duper equal rights guy across the board. If I'm on the ground and I've got somebody who appears to be an adult male bashing my head on the concrete, I'm going to shoot him in the fucking head. Now, you want to question the circumstances that led up to that? You can question those all day. If Jorge went out and picked that fight, he probably deserved an ass whooping. But once the ass whooping commences, and you're getting physically assaulted when you did not start the assault, even if your words started it, and you have a legal permit to carry a legal handgun, which you can legally use to stand your ground, then I say use it. As long as you genuinely fear for your life, use it. But if you pick the fight, I hope the fucker takes the gun from you and shoots you instead. Because we don't need that. I believe every American has the right, once he is in a physical attack, to defend himself with all necessary actions that are legal. And fuck it if they're legal. If you're going to die, what are you worried about breaking the law for? Do what you got to do to live. Anyway, so what do you guys think about Trayvon Martin? I know he wasn't a perfect kid, but, you know, and like I said, if I were Jorge, I would have shot him too. But if I were Jorge, I wouldn't have been in that situation. Even if I thought, you know, hey, my neighborhood's been attacked and broken into, and it's been black kids, and maybe there's only one black family, and he didn't recognize him, I might have still trailed him. Might have gotten in the car and just seen where he went. If he walked into a house, no problem, I would have gone back home. I certainly wouldn't have walked after him and asked what he was doing. That's none of your fucking business. But it's also not worth getting your skull crashed in for asking somebody a question. You can say fuck you, you can flip them the bird, you can call them a honky cracker piece of shit, you can moon them, you can do all that. Worst you'll get is an indecent exposure. But once you go for the head on the concrete, now we're in territory where you're going to end up getting shot. And I hope that sent a message to people who like to resort to violence to solve their problems, that you don't know who's carrying a gun now. So best to try to use your words. That's what I say there. I want you guys to tell me how narrow-minded my thinking is regarding Trayvon. KK, you should check ID before shooting. No, not me. If you're big enough to slam my head into the ground, I'm going to be shooting you. I think if you kill someone in any way than completely accidental, you should do some jail time. I wouldn't be completely opposed to, say, a 1 year minimum sentence with 6 month minimum served, which would allow 6 months to be suspended for anybody, even in self-defense, who uses it, because it'll make them think twice. In a place like Florida, they're not going to think twice. They're going to pull the gun and pull the trigger. Texas is like that. They're going to pull the gun and pull the trigger. And if you've had a couple of beers, or you've had a shitty day, or both, God help you, you're going to shoot pretty quickly. Very, very twitchy trigger finger. Try to say that 3 times fast. A twitchy trigger finger. You know you're doing it in your room right now. Twitchy trigger finger. Say that 3 times fast. Honestly, I like big men, so warm and squishy. Yeah, I'm kind of a skinny dude. Well, I mean, I'm starting to get a bit of a pot belly, but I've never been a big dude. I'm 6'5", 240 now. So you know, Kim will tell you, in high school on the football team, they called me the skeleton. I mean, I was 6'4" then, 185. 6'4", 185. But for a skinny fucker, I could hit. You know this, man. I was a hitting bitch. I got that on video just in case anybody ever doubts it. Of course, it fucked up my back for the rest of my life, but what are you going to do? You have a little fun, you pay a little price. What are you going to do? You don't want to do the fucking pay the shit, you don't do the fucking shit. That's what you do. And to someone in the Bronx, that would make sense, what I just said. So Barco thinks automatic jail time if you kill someone by anything outside of an accident. Kim says, I don't think there is any way to honestly judge that with an umbrella law. Different circumstances and situations. Barco is a proponent of the castle doctrine, meaning you can shoot anybody that's inside the limits of your castle, your home. How stupid was that girlfriend? Can you read your statement? Oh, I remember, yeah. Yeah, she was really, really not very bright at all. I don't think she made a good witness for either side. It was almost a case of a hostile witness, to be honest with you. Sometimes I wonder what these witnesses and even defendants sometimes, especially if they're not in jail during the hearing, they're actually allowed to go home every day.